Let me know if you can see my screen so that I can proceed.
Yes.
So I only have one slide that I'm going to take you through the industry perspective. So I'll just show you how whatever Gitonga has shown you plugs into the system or plugs into the data science stack in your industry, and how or where the rubber meets the road in terms of the data science opportunities or some of the ways that you can commercialize your data. And then we look at how this is delivered and how NdovuCloud is able to, deliver this kind of opportunities or this kind of data commercialization in your industry. So from the left, data is in form of, it comes in all kinds of, it can be in a relational databases like what Gitonga has shown in a MySQL. It can also be in a NoSQL database. For instance, it can be in MongoDB, it can be in a document database, and also it can come in a structured or semi-structured way, in flat files, in emails, it can have some logs, it can be in Excel, and in organization will have all these data sets, regardless of what kind of environment you're in. You will have applications generating data. You'll have CRM, you'll have ERP, you'll have some notes that that are captured in. You'll have some email exchanges. So you'll need the tool that Gitonga has just shown you here. And these are some of the technologies or some of the tools that you need to equip yourself, or programming languages as a data scientist that you need to equip yourself with to be able to develop the ETL pipelines to help you clean or extract, transform, and load your data into the data warehouse. So in the industry, SQL is one of the most powerful languages because 90% of the databases, the legacy systems, are running on relational database systems. And Python is also powerful when it comes to data cleanups, machine learning, or building machine learning models. And it's a powerful language because it has some libraries as well as R, some libraries which can help you in data visualization, can help you in data cleanups, and building advanced predictive analytics models. So before I move to some of the opportunities that you need with your data warehouse, there's one of the challenges that I've seen in the industry is you have a data warehouse which have a bunch of tables. I mean, 1,000 tables or sometimes 100,000 tables. But that poses a challenge to your data team, or when you have a new skill, they're not able to find the data that they need to do the analysis or to do their data science or machine learning. So at the top, there's a very important tool which helps you in data cataloging, capturing your data metadata, or rather data dictionary, and it also helps you in managing data and data governance. So what it does, it gives you, it gives the business people, the people who understand the data, for example, this business analyst from the CRM team, they'll be able to get into the tool and label your data. If it's a customer information, for instance, they will be able to show, or with the help with working with the database administrator, they'll be able to label the table that has your customer personal data. They'll be able to label each field, if it's the first name, last name, what it means, and specifically attach any data privacy related documentation to that particular information. For example, if it's a PII or personal identifiable information like your ID number, your phone number, your names, they are able to attach that kind of information in the data cataloging tool. And your data team, when they are processing that piece of information, they are made aware that this is how they should process that kind of piece of information. And they should be, they should process it within the caveat that's provided by the law. For instance, if they are profiling. They should not profile minors. They should not, they be careful if they profile based on gender and other nuances that, are covered by the Data Privacy and Protection Act. And also it gives you a way to search your data, because it will index all information about your data, all the metadata, and give you some kind of a search engine, so that when the new skills or when the data team, they want to look for data about sales, they just log in and search, for example, sales leads, and they see all the tables, columns, views, queries that are related to that piece of analysis. Moving on, I just go back now to where the rubber meets the road in terms of the opportunities, and then get back to the tools that surround this kind of a stack. So in the industry, you'll find that you'll have your applications, the CRM, the mobile applications, the secure web applications, the WhatsApp chats, and all those applications, they generate data. This is data about logins, how users have interacted with your applications. And you may want to build some analytics around that to be able to improve the customer experience, or to understand how customers are engaging with your products. So that's one of the use cases that in the industry, it's top notch. And the other thing is now lead generation in SaaS. So once you have your data in the data warehouse, everyone understands it, you can start applying some advanced analysis to generate leads. And this can be through recommendation or recommended systems. And if you can apply cross-selling, then that's an opportunity that can, drive you towards return on investment in your data. The other applications is churn detection and prevention. So with some nice data, you're able to detect if your customers are most likely, or they have a propensity of, giving up on your product. And you can bring in some intervention strategies, maybe through marketing or through other campaign teams, and, treat those customers in a way that they will not leave or they will not churn from your business. We also have fraud anomaly detection. If you are running like a mobile money transaction business, or you're running a financial institution, then you need to be very keen on fraud detection. So with your data, you can build models that can help you detect anomaly, and you can reduce, the losses that you get from fraudsters. The other opportunity is in operational efficiency, where you can build or you can use data to improve your operations, and you can apply AI-based, solutions or robotics to, do some work for you. For instance, I'll give an example of if you're able to build a certain AI solution to read your emails, some of the customers' communication, and auto-respond to them. So that's an opportunity that you can apply using some pre-trained models, using your data to handle that kind of operations and achieve operational excellence. Then one of the opportunities that has not been explored in the industry is process analytics. And this is data analytics on your process, the data that has been generated by your processes. And the reason as to why this hasn't been explored to its maximum extent is because most of the processes are manual. For instance, if you're dealing with some order approval, and most of the companies may have processes outside the main CRM system or ERP system, and all these data is lying somewhere in an email exchange, some calls. But we have some tools. If you look it up here, there's a tool called Camunda, which helps you in business process modeling, notation, or mapping your manual processes in the company, and it will automate almost all the processes that you have and give you a structured data set that you can use to do your process analytics. And process analytics involves now looking at some of the bottlenecks in your process and trying to improve them. Like if you're in the business of selling pizza, there may be a certain time where someone is waiting for some step to be completed, and you will be able to identify and predict what they should. You can run something else in parallel. And without data, you're not able to see these small gaps in your process. But once you have the data, you can see these gaps, and you can try to restructure your process. And most importantly, you can also do auditing, where you have a process in mind. You think that this is the process that is used by a certain department, but by the book, if you look at the data, or if you look at the results, something is not being done right in the process. So with your process analytics, you're able to look at the data, use tools like Celonis Snap to do your process analytics, which will also apply machine learning and advanced predictive analysis to predict the best path for your process tasks. And some other things that surround this stack would be charts and bots. For instance, you have some surveys or some engagements that you want to do with your customers. So you can also build chat bots on top of your data. I forgot to mention that enterprise AI and machine learning, it's an area that, especially for this particular class where scholars are, mastering data science, the AI and ML has taken over the industry. And, there's some tools that are coming to assist, because you'll find that it will take a lot of time for machine learning engineer to come up with the model which is, performing for that particular problem. So there are tools which which are referred to as AutoML tools, which will help you, get the best model out of a list of them. So, for instance, if you're building a predictive model to predict your churn, if you build from scratch, you may want to build more than 5 models and choose the best performing model. But these tools, you upload data and they're able to choose the best performing model using some hyperparameter tuning techniques. And they leave you with all the time to focus on the 90% of preparing your data set, framing the problem, deciding on the best target to choose and answer your question, and also the customer engagement part, trying to better understand the customer's domain and then